everybody out there, this is Seto, and today for you guys I'll be profiling my Geargia Karakuri deck. Now I wanted to build Geargia Karakuri instead of running just pure Geargias because I found playing Geargia Karakuri a little bit more funner than playing just pure Geargias, but that's just me. Do keep in mind though that this is the first build of the deck. This is version 1.0 after doing play testing and trying it out and playing with the new cards and things like that. So there are certain cards that I'm still testing out in the deck and I may try out down the road. I'll talk about those as I go through the deck profile, and there are cards I may eventually take out of the deck to replace with other cards. So I'll talk about that more as I get into the deck profile. So first off, I run 3 Geargia armor and 3 Geargia accelerator. I still find armor necessary as a 3 of in the deck, even though you have the new Geargia auger in the deck. Geargia accelerator just helps make your rank 4 plays that much easier in the deck. Next we run 2 Geargia Arsenal. Geargia Arsenal is a very good 2 of in the deck. I would say if you're running pure Geargias, you definitely want to run this card as a 3 of, but if you're running Geargia Karakuri, you can get away with just running 2 because it's not as necessary, I find. That's just my opinion. Next I run 2 Geargia Auger in the deck. I find that Geargia Auger is a great card turn 1 because you can do all your plays, get your setup. It can be decent if you and your opponent have kind of reached a, how do you say, kind of like like there's a lull in the duel. There's like, you know, both sides are, you know, not doing anything really, and you can set up your combo plays, you know, in the middle of the duel. Sometimes that does happen, but very rarely. Very good turn 1, but I find that 3 is pushing it because you can't enter your battle phase, but it's a good 2 of in the deck, I find, and a great turn 1. Next, I'm running 3 MK2, 1 MK3, and 1 Geargiano. Excuse me. So this is something I'm still trying out here. So I was originally, when I first built the deck, I was running 2 MK2 because I was seeing if that would work in the deck, and just running 2 MK2, 2 Geargiano, and just 2 MK3. But I found that ratio to be kind of meh. So then I tried a different ratio, and I tried a different ratio, and currently I'm trying out this ratio of the Geargianos, I guess you could say, in the deck. So I do like the 3 MK2 at 3 because you can use it with, you can do some cool combo plays with Gen X Ally Birdman, which is really fun in the deck. You can use Gen X Ally Birdman, you know, normal summon, special summon, bounce back. There's combo plays you can really do with Gen X Ally Birdman because he's very easily searchable. So that's kind of cool, and that's why I run him as a 3 of. MK3, he's very good, but I would not run him any more than a 2 of or a 3 of. Excuse me, a 2 of or a 1 of. If you're running pure Geargias, maybe a 2 of, but in Geargia Karakuri, I just like him as a 1 of. I may cut them all together. I may cut 1 MK2 out. I'm still debating. I may take this out and this out to replace it with a trap stun or a wire tap. I do like the 1 Geargiano. I did try that too, but yeah, I just liked it as a 1 of. So that is the ratio count for those gears. I may take eventually out Geargiano or Attacker, though I do like him because he is a 19 beat stick and he is a beat stick for the deck. There are some instances where he can come in handy. I've had it before, you know, my opponent, you know, I'll special summon, you know, put face down, flip up. There's some cool combos you can do with him, but for the most part he's in there for a beat stick, for synchroing purposes, exceeding purposes. Basic things like that. Just being a 1 of is good. Sometimes you can use, the most I have ever got off pop, you know, using his effect is popping 3 cards, 3 of my opponent's back row. Most of the time you get to pop 1 or 2, so yeah, he's okay, but I like him as a 1 of. Sometimes you can bluff with him and people will think he's an armor and they won't attack because they think he's a Geargia armor, and then you get, you know, some more benefits. But most of the time I may cut them all together, but I like him right now as a 1 of. Next, for the Karakuri engine, I run 2 Kizan, Sanjay, 1 Napachi, I'm sorry I can never pronounce these guys' names, and 1 Gen X Ally Birdman. That's kind of the tuner engine with the Geargia Karakuri engine right there. Some people do like running 2 Nespachi, but I like 1 of, and I like the 2 Saizan, the 2 Dog, and the Gen X Ally Birdman to open up combo plays. So it's very nice. Okay, for onto the spells now, I run 3 Upstart Goblin. I was debating running another card. I was looking at the deck and I was looking at the spells and the traps and the rest of the deck, and I was like, what does this deck need? It needs some speed, maybe some draw power, some search power. So originally I was thinking maybe Pod Duality, but then I was like, nope, because the deck does special summon a lot. Then I tried Reckless Greed because I was like, then maybe that'll work. Not so much because the deck's already got enough traps. And so I finally ended up running Upstart Goblin because I couldn't think of anything else. And it's been working out pretty good. Once you get your searching off, you draw a card. It's usually a trap card, set a back row, good to go. So I do like the 3 Upstart Goblin at the end of the day. If you want to run something else, be my guest. Next, I run the 2 MST in the deck. Works very well. Take out the Cripple Pulse setup. I would always say keep your 3rd MST in the side deck, but I'll just like the 2 MST. Get around Vanity's Emptiness and things like that, which Vanity's Emptiness does hurt this deck a lot. For your 1-ofs, I run 1 Soul Charge, run Regeki, 1 Book of Moon. If you wanted to take one of the upstarts out and run, like a Dark Hole, be my guest, like I said before, but I do like Book of Moon. It's a very versatile card. Soul Charge works very well in the deck. Regeki, just get around, clear your opponent's board and attack. Pretty dang good. For your traps, I run 2 Fiendish Chains and 2 Breakthrough Skills. Now, people are going to wonder, why do I run Breakthrough Skill and Fiendish Chain? Okay, let me explain to you what I found in testing this deck out in this current format. You want to run Fiendish Chain in this deck. Why? Is because Geargia Armor has 19 attack. That is not the best attack. That's not, Gravekeeper's Spy defense. That's good defense and nowadays, in today's meta, but it's not Gravekeeper's Spy where it's 2,500 with Necro Valley on the field. So, saying that, sometimes you want to keep your Geargia Armor alive so you can get your searching cards, and Fiendish Chain will stop those big monsters from hitting their armor, destroying the armor, messing with your plays and things like that. So, that is why I like Fiendish Chain in this deck. Breakthrough Skill just helps stop, monster effect negation. If you want to take maybe one of these out, if you want to, for like a trap stun. Like I said, I may be replacing some cards in here for trap stuns and wiretaps because you do make a lot of rank 4 exceed monsters and synchros as well. So that is something I'm playing around with. But as for right now, this is what the deck is. For your 2-ofs, I run 2 Dimensional Prisons. Works very well in the deck. Get around, annoying cards. 2 Vanity's Emptiness. The reason I'm running this is because everything special summons now. Pretty much. I've had these Vanity's Emptinesses first edition since gosh knows when, since Star Strike Blast originally came out when I got back in the game. But besides all that, Vanity's Emptiness works very well in the deck. You make your big Geargiano X, an Abyss Dweller, whatever. You usually make a big Exceed monster and you just pound over your opponent's monsters and they just can't special summon with Vanity's Emptiness out in the field. It stops their plays in their tracks. So I like it as a 2-of. Yes, it may be contradictory because your deck special summons a lot, but it does come in handy in today's meta. If you want to replace Vanity's Emptinesses if you don't have them for things like Trap Stun, Wiretap, I would maybe suggest that. Next, I run for your 1-of traps. I run Geargia Accelerator. Excuse me, not Geargia Accelerator. Geargia Gear. Yeah. Geargia Gear works well in the deck. It's a great 1-of. If it was at more than 1, I would run it. Bottomless, Compulse, and Solemn Warning. Just good staple traps and your, I guess you could say, your archetype-based trap. So that is for the main deck. On to the extra deck now. The extra deck, I was really tight for space, so there may be some things that you think you need to run more of, so be my guest, but this is what I've been working with currently. 1 Geargiano Giant GX. We'll just call XG, I guess. So one of those for your rank 3s, and 1 Ghost Trick a la carte, because sometimes things happen and you need to go for a rank 3 exceed. So if you want to play more rank 3 exceeds, be my guest. For your rank 4s exceeds, which are the main things you go for, 1 Castel, the Sky Musketeer, 1 Black Ship of Corn, number 50, Abyss Dweller, shuts things down, number 101, Silent Arc Honor, Evil Swarm Exciton Knight. That's your generic rank 4s right there. For your other cards, we run 2 2 Geargia Giant X. You may want to run 3, but I find 2 of to be very good. I do run 1 Mega Phantom Beast Dragosack rank 7 because, if people don't know this, why I run this is because you 2 berets. So a lot of times what happens with Karakuri decks is you have 2 Karakuri decks. With Geargia, you're going to have 2 berets out in the field, and then after you get their effects off, then you can exceed into Dragosack. Some people like Big Eye. I prefer Dragosack in this situation, so that is why there's 1 Dragosack, because that situation does arise sometimes. If you want to cut it for something else, be my guest. Next, I run 2 Karakuri Shogun Beret and 1 Burrito. Some people like running 2 Burrito and 3 Beret, but I find that 1 Burrito and 2 Beret is just enough for me. So that's the Karakuri Synchros. Then we have, 1 Black Rose Dragon, and for your rank 8 Synchro, we have Starter Spark Dragon. It's really good. Starter Spark Dragon is really good in this deck because of the fact that you do run Vanity's Emptiness, and just like I run Starter Spark Dragon in Hunders, it's very good because you can go Starter Spark Dragon, get your Vanity's Emptiness out over here, protect Vanity's Emptiness from being destroyed, and have a good time, have a nice little lockdown. So guys, without further ado, I hope you all enjoyed my Karakuri Geargia deck profile. If you have any questions, feel free. Do keep in mind that this is the first version of the deck. Like I was saying, there are cards I'm playing around with, maybe running in the deck, like Trap Stun, Wiretap, things like that. Because you do make a lot of big exceeds and synchros in the deck, and you want to protect those monsters to some degree. So that is version 0.1, and I hope you guys all enjoyed this. Until next time, guys, take care, have fun dueling, and good luck dueling, and I'll see you all of you next time. Seto Kaba, I'm out of here, guys. Take care and have a nice day.